And we are live. So hello, everyone. This is ScribeLite, and this is ScribeStream number 2. Let's see, since I'm such a professional at this, let's start with introducing our guests. Oh, I can hear myself talking now. And there was a lag. I screwed it up anyway. Oh, great. Well, anyway, I'll do it again just for safety. Hi, this is ScribeLite, and this is ScribeStream number 2. We'll begin with talking to our guests and introducing them. So first, Destiny's Twilight. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
I'm an artist animator and I make silly videos on the internet. Don't follow me. My channel is not worth watching.
Well, that was very self-confident of you. All right. You are the worst advertisement for yourself. Now everybody's going to follow you, you understand?
Oh yeah, I know, it's going to be terrible.
It's reverse
psychology. Like trying to get away from them.
They're
going to keep coming.
Next on the lineup, we have the Ranting Monkey. Monkey, who are
Hi,
you?
everybody. Good. How's it going?
Pretty good. What do you do?
I sit at home and make videos to amuse myself and hopefully others.
Yay! I think we all have a common theme going on here. Hey, Tailed Feature. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Tailed Feature and I am an alcoholic.
Hi, Tailed.
Well, I'm Scottish. I have to be an alcoholic, don't I?
I guess so.
Yeah, by default. An angry Scottish guy talking shit on the internet, pretty much.
All right, and then we have the World from Ferg. Tell us about yourself, Ferg.
Hello, where do I start? Well, first of all, my channel is just excellent. I mean, superb. Just kidding. I make mediocre content. I like some economic stuff that's pretty interesting, and I get pissed off pretty easily. And to some, it's entertaining, and to some, it will just bring you into my negativity.
So we're all expressive artists with emotional issues. Welcome to the show, everyone. All right, so for those who have never seen a stream of mine before, and I can understand why, because this is only the second one. Well, I guess it's technically the third, because I did one with Tail that was sort of an off-the-cuff kind of thing. But this is the sort of the second structured one, so to speak. I try to keep my streams sort of low population so everybody can hear each other talk. I also try to have a structure to the stream that is not exactly an Oxford-style debate, but at least has a framing device. And so there's a theme to each stream. And the stream theme for this one is the same old song. Might sound like a Jeopardy question, but that's what I'll base the questions on. So as a preamble, there's various questions, abstract or otherwise, that stem from that phrase that I've come up with to ask my guests. And a note to the guests here and any guests that might show up later on when we start rotating out. If any of these questions enters towards anything personal that you don't want to talk about or whatever else, just say pass, perfectly fine. I will start by targeting in on specific people with some of these questions, but my other guests, if anything comes up to your mind or otherwise, feel free to speak up. I'm kind of doing this like an interview show, but it's meant to be sort of like a panel thing. So anyway, with all of that said, does anyone have any questions ahead of time for me?
No, I'm all set.
Okay.
What's your cup size?
All right. Well, I will take the most green among us and start with her, Destiny. Tell me, Destiny, what is the most boring thing about Australian society? In your opinion.
The most boring thing about Australian society?
Yeah, I don't live there, so I don't know.
Okay, they air all of the debates, like parliament debates, live. And it's always like on the main channel. So if you're at home with nothing to do, all you can watch is debates.
Ugh.
Absolutely the most boring thing in Australian society.
Yeah, see, we have C-SPAN here, which kind of does some of that, but it's not on a main channel, and you'd like have to work to find it these days. So
yeah, for us, you just can't escape it. It's everywhere.
So is politics something that, I mean, like I always hear that, you know, politics in Britain is sort of like whatever, but here in America, it's like everything every day. Is politics a very like centered important thing in Australia?
Yay and nay. It like depends on who you are and where you live.
Okay, so political stuff is more important to some areas than others.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it a more
If you're in the middle of like the outback, I'm pretty sure that you don't care much about politics as you do making sure that like dingoes don't steal your stuff.
I'm not sure there's an area in our country where people don't care about their politics in some fashion, especially like in the rural areas. I mean, you talk to someone, they're pretty set in their ways politically, but I don't know how that is anywhere else.
Well, a lot of the
In the UK, we
rural
don't
places are like
Well, yeah.
a lot of the.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. It's fine.
Tell us about the UK and politics, Tailed, because I always get the sense that it's kind of a half joke over there.
Well, I think everybody's just sick of everything at the minute. But you're saying that we don't kind of care, and it's maybe not televised as much. But we do have BBC Parliament, which is a channel dedicated to live streaming, basically the House of Commons and the House of Lords in Westminster. So you can just tune in at any time and see what they're arguing about, which is quite interesting a concept, really. But yeah, it's just really boring. It's just lots of people just going rah, 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 rah. Basically.
They're all Frankenstein monsters.
Basically, yeah, they just sort of sit there and wave bits of paper, going rah 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 whenever they agree with someone or even disagree with someone.
Is it like the South Park? Like South Park? Rabble, 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 rabble.
Basically, yeah, but posh.
Posh people going rabble, 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 rabble. All right, well then,
Pretty much, yeah.
Tailed, then from your perspective, what's the most boring thing about? Well, maybe Scottish society, maybe not British society, but I mean, you'd have a bigger, better idea of the pulse of that.
Rain.
Okay, yeah, I can empathize with that. Is it very gray there?
Oh yeah. It's overcast about 80% of the time, and we have a very moderate climate here. So the coldest it goes, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but in our commie centigrade system, goes down to about 0 degrees centigrade and then up to about summer. So not a huge range of temperatures, and rains most of the time. So there you go. So
do you try to is finding someplace sunny to go to a big goal for a lot of people in Scotland?
Yeah, I mean, especially sort of my age range and younger, there's a big, obviously it's a drinking culture and everything, so people go to Magaluf and lots of different places in the Mediterranean, like Ibiza, and go and see Porco.
Oh yeah, go see Porco.
Yeah, and they go and they just spend 2 weeks getting sunburnt and drinking heavily, but that's never appealed to me.
Getting sunburned and drinking a lot has never appealed to you? You're a Scotsman? Okay. All right. Let's see.
You can have your Scottish card revoked.
Side thing, do people actually eat haggis there? I honestly don't know. I figure it's a big joke, but I don't know. You do? Okay. Is it something that's common, or is it like a delicacy, or?
Well, I mean, not everybody eats it all the time. So there's one day of the year where it's kind of traditional to eat it, and that is Burns Night, which is in tribute to the national poet Robert Burns, who wrote a poem called To a Haggis, which I may read for my channel.
Oh, there you go.
I may read that on a live stream with Gutenberg.
Yeah, when you're not doing Braveheart impressions.
Instead of that, in lieu of doing a Braveheart impression, I'll read that instead. And there's a kind of tradition where you go to a Burns supper and you have haggis, and someone recites To a Haggis before cutting it open, basically. I'll be honest with you, I've never been to one, but sometimes we'll have it for my tea, but that's about it.
Do you like haggis?
I do, yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's nice, honestly. It doesn't taste nearly as bad as it sounds when you describe what's in it.
I've always wondered. It just sounded like something that's like a very acquired taste because it sounds disgusting.
Do you make it yourself, or can you like buy it in a store?
I wouldn't recommend trying to make it yourself. You can buy it at the butchers. You can even get it in tins and stuff, but I've never had it in a tin. That sounds revolting.
I've seen tinned haggis before. I think a friend of mine got a can of haggis from somewhere and he never opened it, thankfully. Yeah. Whatever your definition of good.
It was never good.
It was never good. Monkey.
Yeah.
Question for you on the same old song thing. What argument are you tired of hearing the most?
Oh, bullying. Everything is fucking bullying. Oh wait, am I allowed to swear here?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're almost British. I know you're American, but you're very. I feel like you're a college professor. And
okay.
I'm a kid that got snuck in.
I'm British.
No, feel free to fuck around on my stream.
Sweet, there we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sick of everything being called bullying, no matter what you do. If you disagree with anybody at all, do you watch Roaming Millennial?
I know the name. I have.
Oh, we were just talking about that, Monkey.
Oh, she just did a collaboration with Milo Stewart.
Tell me about who this is, because I don't know exactly, or the short version.
She's a anti-SJW YouTuber who really got big when Lacey Green flagged her for a thumbnail.
Oh, right. Okay, I think that's right. Yes, I remember this now. Okay.
Well, her and Milo Stewart just did a video on how to disagree politely. And if you watch it all and follow their steps, basically you're not allowed to talk to anybody you disagree with, because you're supposed to just listen to what they say. You're not supposed to judge them at all. You're supposed to try to figure out how they feel. You're not supposed to push your argument. I'm like, because all of this is just so mean. Like, no, that's how you fucking express things. That's how you
$500 to them while you're at it.
Yeah.
Oh God, it just I hate that.
I'm about to do a video on that. That seemed like one giant virtue signal, in my subjective opinion.
Yeah, when because you mentioned it in a chat we were in, and I was like, I don't know if I'd touch that. And then I watched it, and like, I need to make a video about this because it's just stupid. Yeah,
I had an interesting experience last week. I went to my weekly gaming night with some friends, and I made the mistake of, giving my opinion on something. I sat down at the table, and I've never really talked politics with these people before, but I was in someone else's home who was one of the players at the game, and they were talking about the Russian hacks, and I said, I'm waiting to hear something other than alleged or claimed to be included in whatever they actually have proof of. And this led very quickly into a very confrontational, quote unquote, conversation where my desire for there to be proof of something ahead of an international incident, because I lived through the Iraq situation,
right,
was opposed as, you're never going to get that, you're never going to know it, and if you think you deserve it, get out of the country. And I'm almost quoting there. And my host became red-faced at one point because, and that wasn't a racial slur, because this conversation went all over the place, because as soon as you start talking about Trump, you start talking about the election. And one of the people at the table said, Hillary lost because she was a woman. And I said, I don't think it has much to do with that as it did with the fact that nobody trusted her. And I didn't know that I was sitting at a table with such thin-skinned progressives. I had no idea. I mean, I've been gaming with these people for a year and a half, 2 years, and we never really talked about politics. And of course, I guess the rule rings true. You don't talk about politics, religion, or what was the other thing? I forget what the other thing was. Anyway, you don't talk about those things at the table. And but yeah, I mean, and I was trying to be calm, because I'm an adult. I've been through worse than this, but it was weird because I was in somebody else's house. This was so surprising. I had 4 people around me that were all against me because I wasn't agreeing with them, and it was getting very hostile on their side. And like, I don't know why it is that simply having a difference of opinion, not like insulting somebody, I was just saying I would really like there to be some kind of proof before we go to war. That was essentially the theme I had. I thought, because we've been through this once, let's not do it again.
That's quite unreasonable of you.
Yeah, apparently so. And I mean, and again, if you say the guy's point was, well, I mean, if they had evidence of the hacking, you're not going to know it because it's probably classified. So if they have to act on the basis of what they know, and you'll never know, that's just the way it is. And I'm like, I get that to an extent, but then what was Colin Powell doing at the UN, showing off powder and schematics?
Right,
except that it was quote unquote proof acceptable. Anyway, I could go. I'm babbling. I'm sorry. I don't mean to dominate the conversation, but you just brought that up, and I just I just had that experience where it's just like, can we just agree that we can have a differing opinion on something and not make it like it's a judgment of character on one or the other? Unless I'm saying something like awful, like oh, babies should be barbecued on the weekends because they taste good with with lime or something.
Yeah.
Right.
People have
you do that on
started
Wednesdays.
attaching the. Oh, you go ahead, Monkey.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just throwing out a really bad joke.
People have started attaching their views and political beliefs as part of themselves. So the second people even go near their political views, they're like, "Oh, you're attacking me." It's like, no, friend.
Right.
They take it so personally.
Yeah.
I mean, your political views are part of you, but it's gotten to the point where you might as well be insulting somebody's mother.
I see it as sort of like sports teams. People who are really dedicated to their football team or their baseball team, and don't you dare say a bad word about the Atlanta Braves or something, whatever. And
yeah, but see, it's more like religion, because with sports teams you can have a good shit fight, but
yes,
these people are ready to kill you over the shit you say.
Do you think politics or sort of social stuff is filling in the gap that is being created by the tailing off of religion in our society?
I actually thought about making a video of this because Camille Paglia, she's a famous feminist. If you guys don't know who she is, it's actually spelled with a G. But she had, I can't remember what talk it was in, but she mentioned that religion is something people need, and that everything is filling in where religion used to. Not that she believes in religion, just that she believes people need something that base in their lives, something that they believe that deeply.
Yeah, Hitchens often made the comparison to, we are pattern-seeking creatures, and in the absence of having an answer, we will take coming up with an answer or even a fantastical answer over having no answer. And that's just sort of hard-coded into our DNA. And I think as religion has fallen out of fashion, we get these social movements and these political movements and things. And it just it's very scary because, like I said, again, just my anecdotal experience, but I was sitting at a table full of friends, and within a light switch, it was like I was sitting at a table full of enemies, and it was just amazing, just absolutely amazing.
Real quick to the other people in our group here, after me and Scribe did our last hangout with Irate Bear, I was talking to Bear and I told him, I think me and Scribe could sit here and talk for hours about shit nobody else cares about. So
yeah.
If we're talking too much, jump in.
Yeah, jump in, guys.
Regarding the reports, I think they actually made a couple of reports. I haven't read them, so I can't say exactly what they say. But I thought the dilemma between the Russian hacking was whether or not it affected the election, which it didn't. But I think the FBI, I think 2 different services said it was a Russian hacking, but I haven't read it, so I don't know if it's just someone in Russia or what links they have to the Russian government. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with the whole hacking stuff. It's is it a Russian person hacking or is it the Russian government? And there is no line to even differentiate between the two. It's people hack all the time from different countries into people of different countries. If we were to go to war every single time that happened.
Yeah, and people are acting like Vladimir Putin was sitting behind a laptop just clicking away trying to find out Hillary's stuff.
Right.
Not quite how it works.
And then the thing on religion, Stefan Molyneux, I don't watch him. I think this is the second video I watched. It was why atheists are bad. or something, and he used a analogy as them taking a hatchet to the bottom of a life raft when atheists are attacking religion. I thought that was an interesting perspective, and also Jordan Peterson's perspective on religion was somewhat somewhat the same to all the people you guys mentioned. Kind of an abstract. We need this religion to fill in the voids of what we don't know, basically.
Yeah. That's always, I mean, like I say, if you don't have an answer to something, you'll fill it in with as much speculation as you can. That's, that's where conspiracy theories come from. It's also where, some of our best stories come from, and also where a lot of our scientific theories come from. If you don't have an answer to something, what could it be? And that leads you to hopefully ask questions to find the truth, not to ask questions to use as the truth. But
with conspiracy theories too, there's a neurological response to the revelation.
Yes.
Which can become addictive. So some people are just riding these highs.
Yeah, there is a kind of, I have had legitimate personal epiphanies in my life, and they have been, sort of very memorable experiences. I can only imagine when someone thinks they finally figured out the answer. It's just, and it's of course complete bullshit, but they think they have. Well, let's move on to something slightly less serious for a moment.
You didn't ask my question, cunt.
Oh, well, I was getting to you. Jeez Louise, this was the whole thing. Ferg?
Oh, okay.
Your question is, how impatient are you?
Yeah.
On a scale of what?
Okay.
1 to Ferg.
Definitely Ferg.
Ferg?
Oh, goody. Is it
Ferg,
my turn? Is this me?
Please tell me.
Question?
What song do you hate the most?
What song?
Yeah, I'm getting literal with the theme now. What song do you hate the most? You hate that you just hearing the first few bars of it just makes you cringe.
Let It Go.
Is
that not it?
No, that's not it. Dang it, I can't remember. There's this one pop song that my wife listens to. It's basically like, I don't need a man. I can't tell you. I'm sorry. I'd never remember the name of the song because I hate it so badly. Because when I hate things, I block it out intentionally. But basically, it was a strong, independent woman song that is in the top 10 constantly that I always hear.
Manic Idiot put mine right in the chat there. The 1877 Cars for Kids jingle. That every morning when I get up to go to work, I turn on the radio to listen to the news broadcast. That thing comes on, and I made up my own version my own version of it. Do you guys know this jingle?
Yes, I hate it. I change the channel if it comes on.
Okay, it goes 1877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids. So as I have to listen to this every day, I was like, 1877 fuck my dog, FUCK fuck my dog. Yeah, and I'll sing that over the jingle so I don't have to hear it as I'm like getting ready for the morning or whatever. So I'm like running, I'm wandering around my apartment getting dressed, singing 1877 fuck my dog.
Yeah, those car jingles are annoying. There's one for a drive-in theater in Wichita, and it's like, Starlight Drive-In, something horror call, 5242424. Makes me want to kill myself. Yeah.
But you remember the number.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Monkey, do you have one?
Oh, I have two, and it's not going to be a popular answer.
Uh-oh.
Imagine by John Lennon and Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. I fucking hate both of those songs.
Everyone in the chat is triggered, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. The cancer's about to spread.
Like Imagine either it's overplayed. So Stairway to Heaven, you put on like a classic rock radio station. It's basically the same four bands in rotation: Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. And it's just the same songs over and over again, pretty much.
If drugs hadn't been so popular in the 70s, Stairway to Heaven would have just disappeared.
Yeah, that's probably true too.
Patrick says, "Fuck that monkey."
Fuck that monkey. Tail, do you have a hateful song?
Yes, at the moment anyway. It's I don't even know what it's called actually. I think it's a Rihanna song. It's This Is What You Came For, I believe. It's just on half an hour or something at my work, and it just drives me insane. You know, I'm saying, shall we put another radio station on? They're like, no, this is fine. It's just the same fucking song all over, so I have to go for a piss every time it comes up.
Amanda said she hates the song "Stand" by Eminem, so it kind of makes me want to rap it on the live stream.
I hate pretty much everything by Eminem.
I don't think it's catchy, but other than that, yeah.
I like Monster that was done with Rihanna. That's okay, but not his part.
I like the memes which have come out of the songs.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I like the memes which have come out of some of his songs.
Oh yeah. I just can't stand his voice. I have a aversion to high-pitched sounds.
Now I know he doesn't watch my videos.
Destiny, any hated songs?
Oh man, I have a long list.
Well,
all of them I listen to regularly because while I hate them, they're also really catchy.
All right. Well, what's the first one that comes up to your mind?
Let It Go, definitely.
Oh God.
Oh yes.
Because I grew up I have lots of family and lots of them are younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, we managed to turn it into a meme, just as far as whenever someone asks for something, you're just let it go. And so I managed to turn it around that, but still it's got a special place in my heart for being really hated.
Yeah.
Well, I've managed to avoid listening to that song.
I have too, for the most part.
I know the chorus.
Yeah,
I know the chorus a little bit. It's been on adverts and stuff, but most of the time, people are like, "Oh, it's so annoying." I said, "I've only heard about 10 seconds of it." So,
go ahead, Ferd.
Oh, sorry about that. When I was living in Japan, that snow movie, what's it called again?
Oh, Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen was the most amazing.
Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings. The Jamaican bobsled team.
Okinawa, Japan loved fucking Frozen. So every time you would go downtown to the shopping area, it would be playing on loop constantly.
I'm sorry. Tailed. What's your biggest pet? What's your biggest pet peeve?
Fucking hell! I wasn't prepared for that.
You don't have, if it's something personal, you don't have to answer it.
No, it was just where do I start?
Tailed hates everything.
I'm about to say, yeah.
No, this is a bit of a misconception about me. I don't actually get annoyed by many things. Mostly, I'm indifferent to everything. So, I don't know what my biggest pet peeve is. No, I can't actually think of one thing that just makes me go, you know what, fuck this. I just kind of, I don't know. I just let bygones be bygones too much. I think so. Maybe that's my biggest pet peeve is how indifferent I am to everything.
Okay, so apathy is Tail's pet peeve.
His own apathy.
Monkey, do you have
my own apathy?
Monkey,
again, I have two things here. One, people who, when they're talking to you, get in your personal space. Stay the hell out of my bubble while we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to hear people chew, whether they're talking with their mouth full or just chewing with their mouth open, stop it.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you, Monkey.
That fucking drives me nuts.
I can't help it. I just chew with my mouth open. I always have.
Close your lips. It's not that hard to close your mouth. You can just, chew with your mouth.
It ruins my whole eating experience. Don't do that to me. Just go somewhere else.
Apparently eating with your mouth open, it lets more air in. It makes things taste better, apparently.
I think
it's not worth the sounds.
I'll accept that as science. I'll accept
I was about to say, that sounds like an excuse somebody made up to chew with
You know what I hate? I got two stories for this. Sorry to interrupt. But my best friend, or one of my best friends till I joined the Navy and he smoked a lot of meth. To this day, he'll tag me on Facebook because I was known for chewing with my mouth open, and he'll tag me with these cute little things of people going crazy when people chew with their mouth open. I don't talk to him. It's been you know, I've been away for 5 years and he still tags me with this stuff on chewing with your mouth open. And then when I was in the Navy, I was eating somewhere by myself, right? And I was just minding my own business eating. This other guy comes in, sits right next to me, which he didn't have to do, and then criticizes me for chewing with my mouth open. Suck my dick.
Yeah, that's rude.
With your
If
mouth
I'm
open.
there by myself, minding my own business, and they
With
come
your
up
mouth
to
open.
me. So yeah, I had to share.
Yeah, I don't have that problem with chewing with your mouth open because you don't have to chew heroin.
Destiny, do you have any? Destiny?
Destiny.
Uh-oh.
Or
she's
you've got your mic
I was
muted.
just letting out some animals.
Oh, okay.
We have 5 cats and they're like coming in and out of my room, which is why I've been muting on and off.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is that a pet peeve?
peeves.
A pet peeve? Do you have a pet peeve with your pets? Yeah.
A pet peeve.
Yeah.
No, my biggest pet peeve is on forums when people will not read any posts and ask for a recap after 3 posts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they expect you to write a paragraph explaining what happened in the last 3 posts. It's like, get out.
It's not my responsibility to educate you. That's what you
Exactly.
got. Mine is people walking 3 abreast on the sidewalk in either direction that I'm trying to go. You know, I just hate it. It's like, get out of the way. This is basically a street for feet. So, you know, stick to your side. But when
I
they're
have
walking,
it. Same thing in a store. If people are walking together and blocking the whole goddamn aisle.
yeah, that too. Like
yeah.
I walk fast. Walking is basically my main mode of transportation. So if I can't efficiently get from point A to point B, and I've got some idiot in front of me who's like just sloping along, like, get out of the way, or I'll go around them, or I'll walk into the street and risk my life just to get out from around.
Just run through them.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just linebacker them right down. That's fine.
Apparently, Lotus does all of this stuff.
I do all these things. You all hate me. Well, that was a given, Lotus. I mean, we didn't even need to have this conversation to figure that one out. I'm kidding. If you couldn't tell. So since we're all YouTubers here, or at least to some extent or another, okay, I'll start with, who should I start with? I'll start with Ferg because he has the most fragile ego here.
Yes.
Ferg,
Indeed.
what, if you could do a video on, I should put it this way. Is there a topic you want to do a video on, but you are hesitant to do so because you're not sure you could do it justice? It was broadly speaking. I mean, maybe that's too specific of an idea, but like, is there something you've had an impulse to do, but you just sort of like, I don't know if I'm qualified to tackle that?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay.
Because if I feel like doing a video, I'll do it.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Maybe I could use some more education on sometimes there's various things that I need to look at studies and research to do.
Right.
And I'll push out on the research because it would take me days to go through a couple of different journals. I guess global warming and the environment would be one to come to mind recently.
Okay. Tailed?
Yeah, there's a video I want to do on a subject that I haven't seen many people cover, I think because it's such a niche kind of thing, and that is on the topic of anti-natalism.
Oh yeah,
basically being, yeah, that's something that I'm quite interested in, and the few videos I have seen people discussing it, they're just and misunderstanding what the whole point of it is, and so yeah, it's something I need to look into a bit more.
Can you explain that? What is that?
That children is an immoral act. It comes out of the philosophy of sort of nihilism and how you know, there's no point to anything. So why would you give birth to? They're going to have to experience hardship, and that kind of idea. So it's one of these things that, you know, you say it like that, and they're like, oh, that's a horrible thing to say. How could you say that? Your children bring so much joy and all this kind of stuff. But there's a lot more to it than that, and people never really get to talk about it much because they get shot down by people going, no, having kids is great. So yeah, basically that.
That'd be interesting.
Monkey?
I'm pretty okay to talk about anything. For me, the problem is usually finding a way to introduce it. So there's a lot of topics I want to talk about, but I'm waiting for a specific trigger that makes it a little more interesting, at least to me.
Okay. I think I can empathize. Destiny, you're pretty new on the whole video thing, but you say you've got like scripts out the yin yang. Is there one that you haven't quite tackled yet because you're hesitant to?
No, I'm actually the opposite way. If there's something which makes me uncomfortable or I'm not quite sure how to handle it, I put myself more into it, because if I don't understand it, that's more of a reason to make a video so I understand it better. Ah,
okay. Yeah, I've had that similar experience. There's the one video that I kind of freaked out about was this was the one that actually Monkey first sort of gave me a boost on, was that one with the two girls talking about capitalism and communism or whatever.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I am so completely brainless when it comes to the finer points of economics and all that stuff, that just even getting that cursory examination of it, I actually had to double check with Ferg. It's like, Ferg, can you watch this video first to make sure I'm not completely off my rocker when I'm saying this? But in the course of doing things that I thought I would be scared to do, like I've done a lot of sort of critique of some Islam videos and things like that. And I've learned, I mean, just to being able to do research, to be able to say, okay, I can understand at least what they're talking about. I've learned a lot just by doing that I didn't think I'd ever know. And but yeah, economics or anything really hard science, I suppose, or really in depth of history, stuff that I just would be pulling out of my ass if I tried to critique and say, oh, they're wrong on that or something else. I've done a little bit of that here and there with things that are easily disproven, like, oh, you know, Hitler was elected and the people got what they wanted. I'm like, well, Hitler wasn't elected. He was appointed and then he just kind of took over. But, you know, not to nitpick, but that kind of thing. So
in that regard, there is one thing that I do kind of avoid anytime I have to discuss history, because I love history. I have a pretty good knowledge of it. But when you're trying to make a video about it, I don't want to make a 30-minute video explaining everything about, say, the Civil War.
Yeah.
So if you bring up just, you know, one tiny part of it and try to give an overview, somebody in your comments is going to go, yeah, but you forgot about this. And it's like, that I do try to stay away from because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always glad if one of my viewers or something points something out to me that I didn't know. I deleted the whole video like a week or two ago because a bunch of people said, you're wrong, or you don't have enough information. Like, oh, okay, you're right. I was wrong. This video sucks. Goodbye. That kind of thing. It's like I'm more than willing to do that. That's the other thing. The one thing I try to avoid very pointedly in all my videos is not to criticize the person unless the person is making themselves part of the argument, if that makes sense. Like, I try not to make it personal. Like even with people that I completely disagree with or think are idiots or something, I try to stick to. I learned a long time ago, you argue the point, not the person. And so I've tried to stay away from making it like a me against them kind of thing, more than a me analyzing their words. So,
well, I occasionally get insulting for humorous effect. I don't know these people to hate them, but like the Whitney Thamor one, that the body positive chick I did a video about, the whole thing is about her, and she is completely, if you don't know what PCOS is, it's basically cysts and a hormone imbalance in women. And it can make it easier to gain weight, but the actual treatment for it is to control your weight. And She put on 100 pounds in 6 months. That's not what this does. And she spreads that crap. And it's hard for me not to call her a stupid fat ass when she's doing that. That's just who I am.
I'm more ranting monkey style. But Scribe, I understand your position too. It's hard because a lot of times they just put out this factually misleading crap, or they ad hom their opposition, or they make a broad generalization that may even include you, and by then I think it's somewhat fair game.
Yeah, I guess I just haven't. And again, this, and just as a preamble, this isn't a criticism against other YouTubers or anything, I guess, but I see a lot of material lately, even from some of the big names that I watch quite a bit. It seems to be based on feuds, feuds between individuals.
YouTube drama.
Yeah, and I understand there's a lot of entertainment to be had there. Seeing, one cartoon avatar go to war with another cartoon avatar is like reading your favorite comic book, that kind of stuff. But as far as just like content that I care to pay attention to, it kind of wears thin pretty quick for me. So
yeah, and it kind of distracts from the issue in a sense.
Yeah, it's hard when we start making it personal. It's hard to tell who's being the adult in the room.
Well, with mine, I like if I'm going to throw in an insult, it's going to be either before or directly after what I hope is a logical argument about the actual subject.
Yeah. Okay, now this isn't like, I'm not saying that everybody does this or you can't make fun of your subject or anything. I'm not saying at all. It's just that there's a line. I'm not quite sure where the line is, but when it becomes like I say, a personal feud kind of thing, then it sort of like goes, eh.
It's like that guy that Bering did a video on, that really fat brown guy with effed up teeth. I'm describing him. I'm not making fun of him. You know who I'm talking about?
Asian Dave?
No, not
yeah.
No, Asian Dave is ours.
Asian Dave's my mascot.
That's right.
No, the
atheist
gamer
Oh,
guy.
the atheist gamer, yeah.
Oh, tag, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's probably the line where it's all just utter nonsense, and you're just being a mean fuck, But some people deserve that, but some people don't.
I think the original Bering video about Tag was perfectly fair. He was just being a cunt in that video to I forget her name, but the girl he did his video on.
Yeah, and she didn't start it.
From there,
and he
it got
wasn't
kind of
being
absurd.
he wasn't putting up any arguments. It was just, look, I'm making a wrecked video. And oh my goodness, I'm losing my voice.
Already?
That's bad for a stream. You haven't talked much. Jeez.
Yeah, I started getting a cold last night.
Oh, that's got to be bad in a heat wave.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I'm kind of supposed to be moderating this in a way. Ferg. I guess this is sort of a specific question for you then. Kansas. What's the most exciting thing about Kansas? Because every time I think about Kansas, I think of the beginning of The Wizard of Oz and just like empty wheat fields. It seems like the worst place in the world.
Well, Scribe, it's probably Walmart.
The most exciting thing about Texas and Kansas is when they blow up.
What the hell's going on here? The Australians doing Western excuses.
Oh,
is that really what?
As bad as my Scottish accent.
Well, there you go. So Walmart's the most exciting thing about Kansas.
No, probably. Growing up, we did all sorts of like outside shit: 4-wheelers, go-karts, bonfires. We went on the lake. We wakeboarded, skied. More of that sort of stuff in Kansas. You can't go downtown or anything.
Because Kansas has no civilization.
Oh, we have civilization, okay. But it's fueled by Sam Walton.
Oh, right.
As far as the places to go for all your needs, we all just go. Sometimes, like during the school year, we would all gather our car. Is somebody fapping? Somebody fapping right now.
Sounds like somebody's like getting their pack of cigarettes ready. Whoa. Okay, this isn't that kind of stream. Hold on. When I say
didn't
stream,
really
I'm talking
like
about the
access
electrons.
much.
I'm not talking about piss, okay? So
Golden shower gate.
no. I don't want to go there. Ugh.
It was interesting when you were talking to the other people about the most boring thing. I was thinking about Kansas, and it's just whenever ever since I got back from living overseas and stuff, I'd come back to Kansas, and where I work or if I go into a public setting, the people are just mundane. And this is spoken, and it's probably spoken out of ignorance, and I'm probably an arrogant asshole for saying this, but when you go to a place and they tell like these old corny jokes, or they give their political opinion with no, and these are people that are on my side of the spectrum giving their political opinion with no substance, or just their general conversations about how their washer broke last week. It's just holy fuck. It's like I walk into a public space and everything turns to black and white all of a sudden. And this is new because I didn't feel like this growing up. But now that I grew up and I lived probably in 10 different cities, I come back here and it's just, oh my God, I'm fucking bored.
Yeah, I guess that's exposure therapy for you.
My favorite thing about Kansas is Carry On Wayward Son.
I was thinking that myself.
Perfect. Going from songs we hate to songs we love. Did you ever see the Guar cover of Carry On My Wayward Son?
No.
It's hilarious. It's absolutely. I think they were in like the NPR studios or something, and they did a cover of Carry On My. Anyway.
Hey, Scribe.
Yes.
My dinner is ready, so I am going to have to bow out, guys.
All right.
Thank you for
joining us, Monkey.
You guys take it easy.
See you, Monkey.
All
Bye, guys.
Stay up.
And that was expected. So we will now have a surprise guest. Maybe not a surprise, but at least a guest I didn't previously announce. And I've spoken to them previously, and I just sent them the link. So if they know who they are, they'll.
Is it Gab?
No, but I hope to have Gab on soon, because I think somebody else here has to leave in a bit, or when your headphones run out of batteries. That's what it is. Ah, there she is. It's Amata. Hello, Amata.
Sorry, 1 second. Let me mute. My son wants me.
Who's this?
Bye, Amata.
Stand by,
That's Wolf's
Amata.
Child.
It's Wolf's Child.
I never heard her before. I thought she was just in chat.
Oh no, yeah. Well, she started her own channel. She's got 2 videos up now.
Woo!
Yeah, I had hoped I would be the one to break her stream cherry, because she had been reluctant to be on streams before, but apparently she has been on a couple now. So, oh well.
She was on Brother Bears the other night.
Yeah, she did Brother Bears before she did mine. That says a lot, doesn't it?
Ooh.
Oh, sad day.
She went for the noob.
Sorry, I thought I'd be done with all this before I got a link.
Oh, that's fine. So how are you, Amata?
Doing good. Just starting dinner and making me something to drink. Little
Making-
vodka Dr. Pepper.
Vodka and Dr. Pepper.
Cherry vodka. and
Oh,
Dr. Pepper.
is there a name for that?
Look, I don't know which
Disgusting.
one I got. Cheap.
No, I put Jack Daniels and Dr. Pepper before I call it Pepper Jack.
Oh, I don't have a name for it. I just always get looked at like I'm crazy by bartenders and stuff when I order it.
Okay, so everyone in the chat, you have to come up with a name for the drink that Amanda has made up, the cherry vodka and Dr. Pepper. Come up with something interesting. And Lotus Wolf says, yes, I say Amanda funny. No, I call her Amanda because I'm sentimental like that, and because that's just apparently what I call her in chat now, because one time she was mad and I decided to make a bad joke and call
I
her
think
Amanda.
it's cute.
Oh, I'm glad. If I can be nothing else, I'll be cute.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so Amanda, you're the new one to the stream now, and I have plenty of questions to ask you.
Go for it.
All right, so I have no idea where you live. I don't know if you want to say. Oh, Texas. Okay, so what is the most boring thing about Texas society?
Well, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so the most boring thing is I never get out of the house. But other than that, we're not really boring. When we do go out, we get drunk and we fuck shit up. That's what Texans do.
Well, you and Scottish guys probably get together. You probably have a lot in common.
Probably. I actually have Scottish. I'm Irish, Scottish, and Native American. My family likes to say we smoke, we drink, and we fight.
Wow, that's a combination.
That's
Tailed,
just the Scottish part.
I was about to say tailed. Well, tailed and furred might be related to you in some weird way because they both have Scottish in their lineage.
Well, I mean, if you look back at when they mapped the human genome, we're all kind of related to each other.
Yes, that is true. We're all part of the human race. Yes.
Isn't everyone in
We're
Texas
all-
related?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
You're thinking Mississippi.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing spells loving like marrying your cousin.
I'm sure.
Yeah, in Arkansas.
Yeah, that too.
I'm sure they say the same thing about Texas, though.
I'm sure they do. I think that's pretty much a running gag.
They say we fuck cows.
Is there a song in Texas, like some kind of colloquial thing that you get tired of hearing?
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Oh, well, yes. The stars
doesn't
at
like
night
it.
are big and bright.
Yeah, that one too. Or that is the same one.
That is the same one.
I keep getting distracted by my son.
Uh-oh. Maybe we should put him on the stream.
Yeah, they probably would.
What?
Oh, we're listening to the life of Amanda in the background.
Yeah, I'm about to get out to the
Probably more
garage
interesting.
so that you won't be hearing the
Yes,
life
it's
of me
pro-
anymore.
Yeah, okay.
It's more interesting to listen to Bear's Bear's living room.
Oh, yeah, with Vanilla Bear talking in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Uh,
husband is not so pleased about my new YouTube career because
Oh,
it,
really?
well, I'm not making any money off it yet. I hadn't monetized or anything.
No,
but
that's true.
it requires that sometimes I jump into a stream like this, and so dinner is started, but he has to finish it, and he has to feed the kids.
What? Well,
While
I mean,
pack me a cigarette and go hang out in the garage with y'all.
well, you know, you're not under any obligation to be here. I mean, if you kill, it's fine. I appreciate that you're here, but you don't have to be here. There's no sort of like contract you signed with YouTube to show up here.
This is much more
Yeah,
fun for
yes,
me.
there was a contract. Don't you remember? We all signed it.
Well, to join my stream? Oh,
yes,
boy.
yes, we all signed a
Oh
contract.
my God! Am I secretly YouTube? Oh, this got much more.
You
This
are.
got much more abstract. all of a sudden.
Revelation.
Oh no!
Wrong sort of contract.
Oh yeah, Satan writes those. I used to work in collections. You want to talk about contracts? Ugh. So Amanda, in your long career now of being an observer of streams and a watcher of videos, what topic are you tired of hearing about?
I don't know. I like hearing the topics. I hadn't run into anything that I'm tired of. I like listening to different people's perspectives on different things. I find you can always learn something new from a new person.
You're really not helping with the theme of the stream, Amanda.
Sorry.
Okay. Everybody's like, well, I hate everything, but I forget what I hate because you know, and then I like everything or nothing's boring. It's like, holy cow, guys.
I don't really hate
Yeah, what
a
the-
lot. In all honesty.
No, I'm not talking about hate. No, I'm not. I don't mean hate per se. I just like if I see a video, like for me personally, if I see a video on, say, the wage gap, or I see the title tells me it's going to be about the wage gap, I tend to just not watch it because I already know. You know, it's like it's just going to be somebody else saying that it's real and all the exact same arguments. It's I hate to go back to Hitchens again, but there was a debate he did with. It was between him, Sam Harris, and a couple of rabbis, I think it was. And, you know, they were talking about religion back and forth, and Hitchens kept coming back to sort of the same points. And he looks at the audience, he says, well, I think I'm boring everyone because, you know, Sam and I can sit here and say the same things over and over again because they are the known truth of the world and the reality. But it's the religious you have to talk to because you never know what they're going to say next. And so when it comes to like sort of arguing against a conspiracy theory or a myth, once I've heard the truth, the only entertainment value comes from maybe hearing a new argument around it, you know?
Yeah, but you can always find something. Like, I would have enjoyed seeing that where the dude just all of a sudden had a moment of self-awareness. Oh, I'm boring everyone. That would have made the whole thing worth watching to me.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great debate. It was just an example of sort of, you know, if I see a video that's about a very specific topic that I know has been debunked or has a very simple answer to it that people don't want to accept, I kind of avoid that one, or at least I'm averse to it, I guess.
I guess it's just because I'm still kind of new to all. Like, I just started watching videos and commenting on them back in November, so I really haven't heard them a million times over yet.
Mm-hmm. No, that's
probably
true.
as much as y'all have.
Yeah, I'm probably jaded. That's probably the problem. Let's see what else. Well, I've interrogated you guys quite a bit. Anybody want to like put me to the coals for a minute?
ASL.
Well, that takes me back. Geez, I was on IRC back in the olden days. That was the big question of the day all the time.
Yeah, Yahoo Chat.
Oh yeah, Yahoo Chat. Let's see, IRC. What was the other one?
AOL.
AOL.
I used to do a teenchat.com.
ICQ. ICQ.
Cute.
Oh,
the
man.
With the foghorn at the beginning when you look it up.
Yeah. Oh man. God, I've met some weird people on ICQ.
Oh yeah.
I could tell some stories, but I won't. Let's see. ASL. 37 male and somewhere in America. I'll just say. Next.
How long have you been on YouTube?
Well, I've been very, very recent. I mean, I started like October 13th, I think it was, or something like that. I was on Minds.com, and just as a a person on Minds.com, and for whatever reason, I had seen Irate Bear, who had like I think 200 subscribers at that point or something. He put a little post saying, "I'm going to start a stream in a minute. Anybody want to come on?" And I was like, sure. I've never been on a stream before. I've watched plenty of other people, like Sargon and the other guys, and sure, I'll come on. And so I started talking to Irate Bear just randomly, and after a few minutes, he was kind of like, "Yeah, you should give it a try. It wouldn't be couldn't hurt." And I'm like, I've always thought about it, but I didn't think I had anything interesting to say. And so shortly thereafter, I downloaded the trial version of Sony Vegas and put together my first video and posted it, and I've been addicted ever since. So like every 2 days or something, I feel compelled to make a video on something. So that is my tenure so far, and it's been. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting here now if it weren't for Irate Bear just randomly asking me if I wanted to come on a stream. So what can you do?
That's kind of how I felt when it was actually Ichabod and Minty that put me in my first stream. It wasn't Brother Bear. That was my second one.
Mm.
And then Yoda. I was in Yoda's too. But they just kind of, you want to come in? I was like, okay, let's do this.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'd asked you previously on, I think on the first one of these, and so I'm curious if you'd like to say, I guess, and again, you don't have to answer anything you don't want to, but what made you overcome your anxiety to come onto a public stream?
Well, it's still hard for me to get on here and talk because I'm live. I don't have like my little notes and everything to help me like I do when I'm making a video.
Right.
But sometimes you just got to give yourself a kick in the butt and make yourself do things. Your anxiety can only control you if you let it.
Mm-hmm. I can empathize. And Destiny talked a little bit about, like a subject that makes her uncomfortable is the one that she has to tackle, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm doing a video right now on a subject that it's hard for me to talk about. I keep putting it down. I have to make myself finish this thing.
Would you say what it is, or you want to keep it surprise?
It's I'm doing a story on different articles and stuff about pedophiles trying to get rights and be declared a gender.
Okay.
Don't be a bigot. Don't be a bigot.
Yeah, geez. Don't be a bad
It's
person.
That's one of those weird things, though, because it is just wrong, but at the same time, there is something wrong with these people, and they do need help to deal with it.
Yeah.
I intend to bring that part up too.
And that's how it begins.
Yeah.
But
it's a weird line. It's a weird line because
Yeah.
I mean, and I've talked about this before, and it's so I know the experience of having uncontrollable impulses as far as my emotions are concerned, because I've had anxiety and depression most of my life, and regardless of what my rational mind is telling me, I'm still feeling these things against my better judgment. Now, I have no idea what it must be like to be someone who is attracted to children. And just saying that makes me angry because just the notion makes me kind of sick inside. At the same time, I can empathize in the broad aspect of things, having a compulsion that you have no control over. And so that's sort of where the seed of empathy lies in me for that subject, but it's still so, it's just, you know what I mean?
That's what
Yeah.
it's hard to make the distinction, but there really is one between an offending pedophile and a non-offending pedophile. It's just really hard in your mind to allow yourself to make that distinction because
Right.
you know that even the non-offending one, they've looked at something. I mean, even if they'll never admit it, they've looked at something or they've done something.
Yeah, but I mean, we all think things or look at things, but the line is, do you do anything to someone else? Do you end up actually acting on it? That's,
I'm gonna bring that up with a personal story about me too in my video.
All right. Well, we won't delve too much deeper in that and won't steal your thunder on that one.
Reminds me of Amos Yee, internet sensation for 1 month.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
He was pro pedophilia.
Oh, he was. I didn't hear that one.
Yep, and he argued his point. I think he was making a point at actually, I don't know. I didn't follow it closely. I think he really believed it, and at the same time, I think he was making a point of hypocrisy of some people.
Okay. Well, it is the end of the first hour, and I want to see if Gabrielle, if you are wanting to, I'd love to have you on the stream. I see you in the chats. I know you're here. I'm not sure how to get the link to you because I don't think you're on Twitter, but if you are, send me a note. And I'll ask if anybody in the chat, let's see. Well, who here would be willing to cycle out for time?
I'd be good with cycling out.
Yeah, and if you need me to go, just let me know.
Okay. Well, it's not a need. It's just sort of like, I don't want to, like I said, it's not a matter like I don't want to talk to you or anything. It's just sort of trying
I know what you. Dude, we've been doing this forever.
I know. I'm paranoid. I don't want people to think the wrong way. Whatever. Not on Twitter. I'll try to send it to you on Minds, Gab. Log into Minds. Maybe I can send it to you there. 1 second here. I hate to do this live and like waste people's time listening to me yap on. Ferg, tell us a story about Kansas.
Well, let me tell you something about Kansas.
Is Wizard of Oz a big thing there, honestly?
No, it's not. The only place you're going to see Wizard of Oz is at truck stops in the middle of the freeway. Just well, not the middle of the freeway. You know,
I don't understand. Truck stops in the middle of the freeway.
you know those truck stops where you get off the resting areas and they sell all these gift shops and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only place you're going to see Wizard of Oz. But if I leave, everyone talks about the Wizard of Oz constantly.
Oh, okay.
And I think I watched it one time when I was very little, and I didn't even know it took place in my home state.
Okay. Oh, Gab, you have to log this silly thing. You have to log into your chat on Minds, even if you're logged into Minds. It's silliness. I don't know why they do that. I understand it's for like a security measure. It just seems, if you're already logged in, well, it's kind of redundant, but whatever.
I did that once with Satsu, and I accidentally sent him my password, so I had to change. I had to change the password to every single account I ever had, and I don't even think he realized that that's what I sent him, but I did it just in case. Not that I don't trust him, but
that's all right. Let's see.
Is it because he's black?
It's definitely because Satsu 2 Cents is black. Just so you guys don't misinterpret.
Oh well, I'm glad we cleared that up. I don't even know who Satsu is. At least
I don't either.
Yeah.
Satsu 2 Cents?
Heathens.
Yeah, I see. And this is the other thing about becoming sort of an active YouTuber. It's working on my own material now has made me sort of drop out of connection with a lot of the current hubbub going on amongst the YouTubers. So it's like somebody will say, "Hey, did you see that video from so-and-so the other day?" I'm like, I've never heard of that person. What are you talking about? They're famous. And like, yeah, I don't know.
There's so many people to follow. I myself have 50 people I'm subscribed to, and I try to keep up with their content, but too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with time management, trying to figure out how to keep contacting everybody and watching all their videos and make my own stuff.
Yeah, it's like if either you make it a full-time job or you just have to accept I'm just going to be out of the loop. That's pretty much how I've looked at it, because I got a full-time job as it is, and so my time to watch YouTube videos is what I can catch while I'm at work, because I have that luxury, thankfully, that I can sort of listen to things while I'm working. And then when I come home, I'm kind of like, well, I want to make my own thing, so I'm going to spend the next 4 or 5 hours just doing one video for myself, and then I'm just going to collapse. and the next day I come back and like, oh, something happened with Sargon or something happened with this. And it's like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, see, I don't even get those 4 or 5 hours. I have 2 kids, so my job is 24/7. They could call me at any minute and I have to go back in and mute myself.
Oh, geez. Now let's see.
I felt like a slight disconnect with larger YouTubers, but more of a connect with smaller ones who are around my subscriber level.
Yeah, I have a different appreciation now when I watch somebody else's video, first for how much work they probably had to put into it, and then also sort of like the quality, or like how tough it must be if you're sort of struggling. Aha! Is this the famous Gabrielle? If you can hear me yet. Uh-oh, I hope his mic's working. Uh-oh. If you guys aren't familiar with Gabrielle's channel, he did, and it's every time I watch it, it makes my gut hurt. It's so funny. He did a takedown of the movie Dear White People, and it's like a half review critique, and it is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. The guy's got less than 20 subscribers or something, and I don't even know what I'm hoping to find out more of his circumstances to know why he doesn't make more videos. But man, if you go to his channel, just take 20 minutes and watch that. You will laugh your ass off. Let's see. Sending me a message on Minds. Why is it using?
Surely it's fewer, Scribe. It's fewer than 20, not less.
Oh, burn.
Oh,
burn.
Get right, English major.
Straight
English
to the solar
major.
plexus. Hey, English major, not English expert.
Same thing, right?
What's the fucking
Grammar
difference?
Nazi.
That's another thing. Sorry, that reminded me. I was on a Twitter rampage the other day. That's my second Twitter rampage. I love these. But one of my most common insults was, "Why don't you get an education? Why don't you get a degree?" They just assume that we're uneducated, like backwards hick Trump supporters when we argue. Sort of random, but I wanted to bring that up.
They always just call me a liar. Like, they can't understand that I'm as open and honest as I am. So their answer to me is always liar. So I'm like, okay, I don't care what you think.
I get upset when people don't come up with really creative insults. Like, if you're going to insult me, put some real work into it.
I watched you get insulted on my Holtzclaw video, Amanda.
People like to go after me. I don't really care.
Oh, it's great stuff, though. It's great.
It's funny, yeah. It's always a laugh.
Let's see.
And I was advocating for like capitalist free market on one of the Twitter hashtags or something, and they automatically said I was a selfish piece of shit for not wanting those people to have healthcare. Like, they conflated me wanting people to pay for their own stuff to not wanting people to have healthcare. And then I told them my job was in the military, and they said I'm a piece of shit that mooches off the system but expects other people not to. I was like, it's a little different when you're working 16 hours a day for the government.
Hey, Amanda, I got a question for you that's sort of on topic. Again,
Sure.
if you don't want to answer. One thing about motherhood.
Oh, you're cutting out. I can't hear you.
What's the most tedious thing about motherhood?
Them coming up to you every 2 seconds. You can't have a cigarette. You can't go to the bathroom. You can't do anything because they find you the second you need a second to yourself. And it's mommy, 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 mom. I mean, I love them to death, but sometimes I'm just like, go away so I can pee.
How many kids do you have? I forget.
2.
2. And two is just enough, huh?
2 is more than enough.
Yeah, I think my mother would probably agree with that one. I wondered if I would make a good father, but I don't know. I might never know.
I have lots of nieces and nephews around their age too. We all had babies about the same time.
Was it a plan?
No, it just kind of happened that way.
Let's see. Okay, can you hear us, Gab? Or can you? I don't know. I'm trying to make this work.
He doesn't want to use his main account.
Yeah, I
But
know.
he keeps logging in with it.
He keeps logging in with it. I don't know why that is. If you're completely logged out, it shouldn't show up.
I got to work on getting drunk because Brother Bear wants me to sing on his stream later.
Oh, is he having a stream later? Oh boy, I'll have to go in there and harass him on the chat.
He said it's going to be around 10 my time. I think
It's your Texas. Yeah, so you're about like Central Time?
yeah, we're Central Time, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be 8 my time. Oh, I just gave away what coast I'm on. Left coast is the best coast. I can't seem to pick the second account, so I only choose the first one. That's weird. Okay, well that sucks, Gab. We'll have to figure that out for the next time, maybe. If you do you want to talk still? I mean, I don't know if that's something you. I'm sorry if this is giving away something of your true identity or anything. Oh, it could be that too. Yeah, that could be that. Okay. Maybe I missed it. Did anybody else in the chat want to come in? Lotus Wolf, would you like to come in?
Oh yeah, get Lotus.
I've never spoken to Lotus before on a one-on-one, so.
Lotus
It's too much Australian representation.
Yeah, I was about to say. I seem to catch somewhere that Lotus is also Australian. I mean, for all I know, Destiny and Lotus are the same person.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, well let's see. Lotus will come on. Let me find her on here. And,
You need me to log off?
if you'd like. I'm not going to force you. It's up to you.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to be a jerk.
I will see you guys later, passive aggressive scribe.
All right, bye.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for coming on, Ferg.
No problem. See you.
Perfect.
Okay, let's see if I can find Lotus's. Oh, for crying out loud! This shouldn't be that difficult. Lotus Wolf. There she is.
She's a real big sweetheart, but she can troll with the best of them.
No, that's always a good sign.
Epic.
That's always a good sign.
I've seen her in pretty much every chat. She's always just like trolling away. It's like, keep up the good work. Keep up the Australian name.
Oh, jeez. Okay, and it's coming your way, Lotus. There you go. Watch your Twitter. And we'll get there. Because, I mean, so many YouTubers right now are Australian, or at least the anti-SJW ones. Is there, and I mean, I suppose there is because there's so much material for them to work on.
Most of them are from the like south, though. There's not many northern ones.
Is it a cultural thing? Like there's less social justice in the north or something?
Yes, because further up north isn't as populated.
Okay.
Because Australia was like colonized at the bottom and then spread out.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
If I remember like 8th grade history correctly.
It's Lotus Wolf.
Hey, Lotus.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey.
Lotus Wolf.
Hello.
G'day,
Hey.
mate. Put another shrimp
G'day,
on the
mate.
barbie.
It's fucking prawn.
I'm so triggered right now.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. No worries, or whatever. Or you know, one of my sister's favorite stupid jokes is, all right, you guys are gonna love this, especially the Australians. I'll have Amanda do it. This will be good. Amanda.
Okay.
All right. So it's a 3-word joke, but you have to do the joke. Okay. So say the word rise, like you're rising out of bed.
Rise.
Okay. Up.
Up.
Lights.
Lights.
Now say those 3 words in fast succession.
Rise up lights. I have no idea.
You're saying razor blades in Australian.
Oh.
Razor blades.
Rise up lights.
Haha.
Yeah, I'm stupid. Okay.
Razor blade.
Razor
I
blades.
actually always wanted to live in Australia. It was my plan up until I was about 17 that once I turned 18, I'd go work with Steve Irwin at his like nature thing.
Oh, jeez, Steve Irwin.
Oh, he's dead
Yeah.
now. So
He's really
He's kind of
dead.
dead. Yeah, you want to go? You
He's
got to
still
work
go
with
to
him.
Dodged
the,
a
I think
barb.
it's like Sydney Zoo or something.
Oh,
It had
yeah.
been my
It is.
plan.
You don't even
since-
want to go there. It's so expensive.
Yeah, it costs too much.
His
It had been my
zoo
plan
costs
since
too
I was
much.
8. And he
I've
died
nev-
when I was 17.
I've never heard of an expensive zoo. Those are usually pretty reasonable.
No, it's like
they're
really
not.
expensive. It's like branded and like it's full of merchandise and it's like, oh, you
Oh.
want this? You want this pencil? $50,
Oh.
please.
Jeez. So Lotus.
Yeah, it's worse than shows.
Lotus. So you are like Amanda. I see you all over the place, but I don't. Have you ever been on? Do you do many streams?
I've probably done 2 streams, and that was on Denny Dingo's.
Ah, yes.
Denny the Dingo.
Danny the Dingo. I guess it was the dingo that attracted you, huh?
Yeah.
So
The dingo which
He's
stole you
taking
as a
break from
baby.
stealing babies.
oh,
You ate my baby.
he ate my baby.
Ate my baby.
So Lotus, given that you are, as like Amanda, sort of a witness to all this stuff more than anything else, what topic or argument have you heard enough of that you just like get sick of it?
Well, I recently just got into the NDSJW thing, but before that, I was into conspiracy theories, believe it or not.
Sure.
And the false flag stuff sort of got to me a bit.
Ooh,
That really pissed me
give
off.
us an example of that.
Just say, the bombings
Mhm.
and that people say, oh yeah, they're all actors and
Oh,
they got paid for it, and here's this person, they're still alive, and yeah.
right. I've heard those before. Like I remember the one that got me the most pissed off in America was Sandy Hook was staged. If anybody remembers.
Yeah,
Sandy,
Sandy Hook.
yeah, the Sandy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the children were forced into it,
right.
into this lie.
I've watched some of those too, and I will say that some of them actually bring up points that'll make you be like, "What happened here?"
Well, that's just the leverage points where they can sort of get into the unknowns of a situation or something. I mean, I still wonder about Building 7 in 9/11.
Yeah.
But I've had lots of people explain to me, well, this and this and this and this and this, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, fair enough. It could be a conspiracy behind it, but the thing is, it really did happen.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I always. say.
Those people died.
Right.
They're
Yeah,
That's what I always say is it happened,
not
but
actors. Yeah.
Yeah.
there might have been something behind. Like it looks a little freaky, is what I'll usually think
Yeah.
about it.
There's a when it comes to conspiracy theories, there's a book called Reclaiming History, and it's by Vincent Bugliosi, who's the guy who prosecuted Charles Manson, and he went through the entire JFK assassination, stem to stern, to show how it was not a grand conspiracy, how it was a single lone nut, and how there wasn't anything left behind. And he went over all the major conspiracy theories about that day and about the events, and broke down
Then they
how.
could go with MK Ultra kind of thing with the gunman.
Oh
I
yes,
need to read that
Yeah.
thing because I have questions about the whole JFK thing. I mean, even if it was just one gunman, the
Yeah.
CIA kind of had it out for him.
well, I've got it. I've got the book on CD. It's read by Edward Herman, who was the master vampire in Lost Boys. If you ever saw that movie, and he does a great job. And it's unabridged.
Love that movie.
It's
Yeah.
a great book because not only it's one of those things where it's dealing with a specific topic, the JFK assassination, but the process of analysis and discovery that the author goes through on all the points is applicable everywhere. And so just listening to that one, along with like Hitchens' God is Not Great, just sort of like set the tone in my mind of how to work your way through a mystery or an assumption, I guess. So yeah, I recommend that book if anybody can find a copy of it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting though, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I believe, some of it's probably true, but as with everything, there's lies in with truth,
Sure. What's your
and it makes it all mixed up.
what's your favorite conspiracy theory? Whether you think it's real or not, just the one you like the most.
Turn on the frog, gay.
Turning the frogs gay. My favorite one, I don't know, probably I find about aliens and UFOs very, very interesting because I love astronomy. And I've just always, I've seen some weird stuff, whether it's aliens or UFOs or ships or whatever, I don't know.
Hey, Tail.
But yes.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, it's all right.
No, I was going to say, Tail, do you, are there any like really popular sort of Scottish legends over there that you like? Ghosts or something? I don't know.
Yeah, good.
The fact that, we're all kilt-wearing Braveheart spouting.
No, that kind of legend. Well, yes, no. There are stereotypes and then there are legends. I was talking about like any ghost stories or like some kind of folklore kind of thing that's big over there.
Well, there's a Loch Ness monster, which has got its own conspiracies and stuff around it.
You guys have spirit lights and that there. Like in Australia, we have Min Min lights. They're similar.
Min Min lights. Oh.
I actually haven't heard of that.
It's Australian, Min Min lights.
Okay.
Like fairy lights.
Fairy lights.
I'm trying to think, but I think maybe that's only like your Aborigines which had that. Because I'm thinking of all of, but I'm not recalling.
Oh wait, do we have a Northern Australian and a Southern Australian here?
Yeah.
I'm New South Wales.
Oh, I don't know where South Wales
I'm
is.
Queensland.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, my Queensland is better.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Oh, no. What have I done?
I've got a ghost story.
I told you don't want to be over-representing the Aussies because they just
God. Jesus. Okay.
Queensland sucks.
No, New South Wales is worst.
You live on a giant prison colony at the end.
I never understood why is New South Wales why is New South Wales called that? It's like someone from Wales went along and went, this kind of reminds me of home, but not the top part of Wales,
yes,
the south part
exactly
of Wales.
Right. That's exactly right. In the town that I live in, it was named after another town in Italy. So yeah, it reminded that person of Italy.
Italy.
Nice. Which is like 40-degree heat.
Yeah,
I can't imagine anywhere in Wales, anywhere in actual Wales, reminding anyone of Italy.
Do you believe
I guess Welsh people settled there first, I guess.
Oh, Welsh people in the Wales, I guess that makes sense. Hey, Tail, do you believe in Nessie? Nessie, Loch Ness Monster.
I'll have to say yes, just to keep the tourists coming.
Maybe it did once upon a time.
Is there a mythical beast of Australia that's well known that I'm just not thinking of?
Oh, the frog witch, like
the
causes droughts and stuff.
The frog?
No,
witch?
not the frog witch. The frog witch causes droughts and stuff. I can't
frog
remember its
witch
name.
And we have something similar to the Yeti, don't we?
Oh, and the rainbow serpent.
Yowie.
What's it called?
Yowie. We have a Yowie.
Yahweh? I thought that was a name for Jesus or God or something.
Yowie, not Yahweh.
Oh, Yowie? Like Yahoo Serious?
Yowie. Like Yowie.
Yeah.
Yowie!
Isn't Yahweh
it's like the
guy?
Sasquatch and Yeti and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yowie.
right. Are there any...
the abominable Sandman.
Yeah.
Are there any Texan mythical beasts, Amanda? I don't know.
Well, there's kind of the chupacabra, but that's Mexico.
Oh, yeah, chupacabra, yeah.
Desert areas, but I do know one from when I was a kid in New Mexico. I spent like 4 years growing up in New Mexico, and I learned about the La Llorona, and they made a movie about it.
What's that?
It's a ghost story, but the Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe is actually kind of based off it. Like I've seen that, and it is so based off this story. It's the way I was, so there's a bunch of different versions, but the way I learned it in my little town in New Mexico is this lady, she got married and she had kids, and her husband was gone for a long time. He was out getting supplies, and she went crazy, and she thought that he'd left her. So she took her kids and she drowned them in the river. And he comes home and the kids are gone and he goes nuts on her and says, no, you better go get our kids or I'm leaving. I'm never coming back. And so she goes and she's running up and down the river looking for her kids until she trips on a rock and she hits her head and she dies. And now her ghost haunts the woods and it'll drag kids to the river and throw them in.
Interesting.
Ones, aren't they?
There's a bunch of stories that surround it too. Like there's a book written about a little boy who has a scar of a hand on his shoulder that supposedly he was playing soccer in the woods with his friends and he went to get the ball a little too far into the woods and the La Llorona tried to drag him away, but everybody came and saved him. And I had a crazy aunt, step aunt, who claimed that she saw the La Llorona outside her window when she was a little girl, that it tried to take her away and her family saved her.
You said there was a movie made about this?
Yeah, The Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, right. I never saw that.
I don't think they actually, I haven't seen it all the way through, so I don't think they ever actually come out and say that it's the La Llorona, but that's what it is. I know the story. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't. Well, if I told any legends, I'd give away where I am, and I'm fine with just people knowing that I'm on the West Coast. But yeah, I mean, there's Bigfoot, I'm sure, up north, and what's that other one? There was a California thing. I forget what it was, like some kind of like evil midget or something running around. Or sorry, dwarf.
The dwarf man.
Yeah, the evil dwarf. Gab, are you going to try one more time, or do you want to wait until we get that figured out for next time?
Too busy with his wrench now.
Yeah, I know. I gave him a wrench now, so good. I've never given anybody a wrench on these things, so I just this is the first time. I don't want to see what Ferg's going to do.
You started something you'll never be able to finish.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much.
Give everyone a
Ferg's now
wrench.
deleting everybody's posts.
Yeah. Hey, Ferg, don't go too nuts there. What has been given can be easily taken away.
Just give everyone a wrench, and then you won't have that problem.
Yeah, then there'll be no messages on there. Just be deleted.
No one talking.
Yeah, there'll be a bunch of deleted messages.
Everybody always reminds me they could take my wrench away when they give me one, but I don't ever censor anybody. I joke that I will. Especially
Oh, dang it, Gab. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, well.
Oh, Gutenberg's in the chat.
Oh, God. Now
He
things
loves
gone
me.
bad.
Yay.
All right. So we got half an hour left. Does anybody else on the chat like to come on so I can kick Destiny and Tailed out of here because they're annoying me? I'm kidding.
Yeah, we just really need to go.
Yeah, there's too much Australia. There's too much.
If you leave me in here too much longer, I'll assert my Queensland dominance over Lotus.
I had Gutenberg
No,
on the last
New
one.
South Wales is
But
best.
I'm already
I will
Queensland is better.
only leave if Gutenberg comes
No,
in.
Queensland.
You'll only
sucks.
leave if Gutenberg comes on. Oh, geez, I got to
Yeah.
keep you around for the rest of the hour.
I'm already tipsy. I never got to talk with him.
Okay, all right. Let's have Ant-Man on here. Hold on.
He's always
I'm
saying he
drinking
loves me. I never
Jim
get to
Beam
talk.
at the moment.
Oh, good. Sorry.
Drinking Jim Beam. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me. Yeah. Okay. 1 second.
Australia.
Gutenberg. Australia.
Yeah, we need more Australians.
Australia.
We'll take
Okay.
over.
I love
Yeah.
Sue's song. where it
Gutenberg,
starts
I
with,
have sent you the link. Laura, you can come on. Sure. Okay. We'll get Laura on here. All right. So Destiny and Tailed, you guys can you can just hightail it out of here.
Yep, we're gonna get out of here as fast as we can.
Okey-doke.
It was nice being
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks
See you
for coming.
guys.
Thanks, Destiny, for coming on.
Yep. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye,
Queensland is better.
guys.
Let's see.
Oh, bye. Sorry.
Bye, Tailed.
That was quick.
Yeah, I better go before Gutenberg gets
Yeah, I
back to
know.
do some fucking
I was
break.
about to say you better split before he makes you do Braveheart again.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good night,
Laura.
everyone.
Laura, I've sent
Good
you the
night.
link. I've sent you the link, Laura, and I've sent Gutenberg the link. So now we will have a Texan, an Australian, Gutenberg's like from Philadelphia, and I don't know where Laura. I think Laura is
Hey,
Laura
Gutenberg.
another Scot. I think Laura's another Scot. I could be mistaken. Hello, Ant-Man. How's it going?
What's up, faggots?
Not too much. I'll wait for Laura to get here, and then I'll go into my my theme spiel with the two of them to see how they do.
I'm only hanging out for like 10 minutes, and I gotta get a shower, head down.
Oh, I really wish you would get a shower, but that's fine.
I've had a shower for a day too.
Oh God.
Dude, I was on Prince's stream last night and got fucking destroyed. Ended up getting in an argument with the big towel dude.
Oh
Thing.
God.
It was fairly
I didn't
tame.
watch all that.
What's that?
I didn't watch it all.
Which
missed it.
MGTOW guy was this?
Oh, I don't know. He was fairly chill though. He wasn't crazy.
good.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I ended up going to bed about 7 o'clock my time. And I think we started at like 1:30, 2 o'clock. I was on stream hammered for a good 5 hours talking shit. I'm afraid to rewatch it.
Holy cow.
What stream is this? I have to watch this.
Oh, and there's a Laura. We got two people who are live and not static images. What the hell's going on here?
I like your
I
stream
don't know
better.
how
They're-
to make myself a static image, so this is what you're getting.
I know. So, was I right in saying that you're Scottish?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. What are you?
I'm a Geordie.
What are you?
I don't know what that is.
What are you?
English?
A Geordie? I don't know what that is.
I'm from the northeast of England, from County Durham.
Ah, okay. This is me being a ignorant Yankee. I don't know anything. Since Gutenberg is only going to be here for a couple of minutes, Gutenberg.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, what is the most boring thing about Philadelphia or Pennsylvania? You're in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, I'm dead center Pennsylvania.
Or what do you find the most boring about that place?
The older I get, the less I find boring, believe it or not.
Okay.
I mean, when I was younger, living in the country where I live, everybody wanted to go to like Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New York City, Niagara Falls area, Baltimore, because everything's fairly close from where I at. But I find the older I get, the more I appreciate being in the mountains. And I can walk out back my house right now and shoot a shotgun off. butt naked, you know. I mean, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, I grew up in the mountains. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So like the older I get, the more nothing's boring. I mean, I got a great internet connection. I can connect with people all over the world. So it's kind of like
you guys like nothing's boring. Everything's interesting. I don't hate anything. You guys are ruining my stream. I swear to God. I try to come up with a theme that'll have like a little acrimony going on, but nobody's like, yeah, everything's fine.
Besides being friends with you, no, nothing.
Oh,
Mr. Fucking, I want to correct you every other word. Scribbles over here.
hey, I got corrected earlier, so don't think that I'm doing the only one being the grammar Nazi.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you something real quick. I went down last night to the local bar. It's like down this way, and a guy. He's a legal. He looks over legal documents or whatever.
Sure.
And this fucking dude reminded me of you because I used, what word did I use incorrectly? I used the word nostalgic. And the phrase that I used it in was him and I, we were both Pennsylvania Dutch, which is where I'm at. Everybody is. Yeah. And I said, you ever get nostalgic for, going back and seeing all the old German castles or the Rhineland or whatever? And he goes, you used nostalgic wrong. Yeah. And the first thing that popped into my head was your fucking voice. Talent, like in the back of my head, like, oh, good job, fucker. Look how dumb you look now. But God damn it. And then I actually looked it up and argued with them for a good 10 minutes because I thought I was in the right.
No, you weren't.
No, I wasn't, because I would have had to been there to be nostalgic.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you could say something like sentimental or sort of like.
Him and I decided the correct word to use would have been romanticize.
Ah, yes, that would be a good word.
Yeah, but I wanted to punch him in his fucking mouth.
Okay, well, I'm glad I wasn't there for that one.
No, I mean, not really punch him, but I thought of you, and then I wanted to punch him.
Geez, I'm never visiting Pennsylvania.
Fun.
That's fine. Well, it's on a sort of separate tangent that ended up when we talked about conspiracy theories. Are there any local legends up in the mountains there?
What do you mean?
Like creatures in the forest, or ghosts or spirits or something? Local, like a Bigfoot or a Loch Ness monster of the area.
No, well, no. I tell you what is funny though. That fucking gay ass. Remember that Bigfoot show, Finding Bigfoot?
Yes.
Oh, I watched that. That was
dumb.
It was so retarded with that big fat Michael Moore looking motherfucker. They filmed at a spot that I was fairly familiar with, I used to hunt whitetail up there. It's like 30 minutes north.
Yeah.
Wait. No, 30 minutes north is that way. And they filmed up that way, and then they just played all this. I don't know. The whole show is fucking bullshit.
Okay.
And they try to play it off like there could be a Yeti here. I'm like, motherfucker, no. I've been hunting these woods my whole fucking life. There's no goddamn Bigfoot, you fat fuck.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing the ads for that, and I thought if you had actually found something, it would have been out before the show even aired.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a break. Laura,
Yes.
I don't know much of anything about you. I mean, aside from seeing your comments on my videos and seeing in chats and things, you're fairly new to my radar, and I don't think.
Probably do.
Yeah. So aside from being a Geordie, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do, as much as you want to say, anyway.
I don't really know. I just started getting into the whole YouTube thing. It started when somebody told us to watch Sam Harris videos. So I started with Sam Harris podcast.
Oh, there you go.
And he was on Joe Rogan, and then he had Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin had Chris Reagan, and it kind of just like went from there, watching video after video, and just sitting there for 3 months going, exactly. Where have you people been my whole life?
Yeah.
Yes.
I had the
was
same
hoping it all
reaction.
for a while, and then I thought, right, I think I might have some things to say now, so I'd give it a little go.
So how many
really.
how many videos have you made so far?
Only one.
Okay.
I'm working on my second one, and I kind of have 2 ideas also that I want to do. I'm going to get ahead of myself here, so I'm going to have to calm down.
No, it's fine.
I get excited by things straight away, and then sometimes I can get bored, but hopefully I won't do this.
That's a good thing anyway.
We're all insane. Don't worry, we're all insane here. Just look at Gutenberg. Everything's crazy. Yeah, well, there's that too.
You're an awesome asshole, though, Gutenberg.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
Laura,
Mm-hmm.
what's your most hated song, or what song do you find the most boring? Uh-oh.
Yeah, you've stumped us there.
I stumped you already. That was easy.
The most boring song.
Like the one you've heard the most and you just don't want to hear it anymore.
See, I don't listen to the radio.
Oh my god, you guys are ruining everything!
I only listen to music I like, so I never hear songs that I don't want to hear.
I am the worst interviewer ever!
Sorry. I arrange my life to my liking.
I don't listen to the radio anymore. It's just stupid
Full of
music.
shit.
I'm old.
I do like Pandora now a lot.
The algorithm kind of caters music to you, so you can't really go wrong with that stuff anymore. You had something to say, Gutenberg?
Always. I do.
Yeah, I know.
It's just I want to if I want to let it fall out of my fucking mouth or not.
I am bored actually with dance remix of songs. Like why? Just why? There was nothing wrong with the original. Why did you have to fuck it up?
I thought they stopped that in the 2000s.
Don't get me started on remakes, because I'm a movie freak, and every time they come out with some kind of remake or reboot, I just want to say
Star Wars.
Well, yeah, Star Wars.
I'm oldish.
You know what I want them to do? What they should do is, instead of taking classic movies like Psycho or something and doing a remake, you find a movie that had a good idea but was executed badly. That's the movie to remake. It's like, but they keep taking they won't do Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz will never be remade as a standalone. I mean, they'll do prequels or sequels or something. They'll never remake Wizard of Oz. I've never seen a remake of Gone with the Wind. Because nobody wants to touch that era and that subject matter anymore.
It won't sell. No one will fucking go see it.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing too. I mean, there's some. I mean, Wizard of Oz is too sentimental, and there's a lot of baggage to go along with that since it's all public domain now.
And they're classics. It's really hard to remake.
Well, you would think that you would think that would defend a movie from being remade, but again, look at Psycho. I mean, they remade shot for shot Psycho for no fucking good reason.
I didn't understand that either.
Yeah.
Do we have an Irish person in the chat, or she was Northern England, right?
Northern England, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was listening to actually, and I'm not gonna fuck up here, but you know who had a really good voice that I didn't appreciate when I was younger is Sinead O'Connor. I think she's Irish, right? She's not English. She's Irish, right?
That's my understanding. Yeah.
But if go back and listen to some of her stuff from like the '90s, if you're old enough to remember her, it is really, really, really fucking good. I just happened to catch
I didn't
that
mind
today.
her. She's all right.
Yeah, she's kind of lost her mind in the recent years. I think she's come out as bipolar or something.
I mean, I haven't been following her career scribbles. It's not.
I haven't either, but I just I catch these things from time to time because I know ridiculous amounts of useless trivia.
Oh, yeah,
Jewel did the same thing. When she first came out, she had this really raw voice, and she
I
was so
love her voice.
different than everything else.
She was always
She kind of disappeared too, huh?
For a long time, and then she came out again, and her new stuff was not anywhere near as good.
It was poppy. It was poppy.
Yeah.
I think she's someone else that had sort of depression and anxiety and stuff too, from what I remember.
She married a regular dude, regular rancher guy. She's
all the songs I wrote when I was depressed. I hadn't written anything since I've been happy.
That's where the best music comes from.
Yeah, when you're happy, it's harder to do art or write music.
It is. It's like, and
very hard.
That's what happened when I started getting medication for my issues and everything. It's like, well, I feel a lot better, but I have far less impulse to be sort of writing creatively or anything. So that's why I'm glad I found
lose your
YouTube.
creativeness.
Yeah. Thankfully, I found YouTube to sort of have my creative outlet. But yeah.
Well, that's why they find that all the best artists, like when they look back at it, they all had serious mental health issues.
Yeah.
It opens up your creative side.
Can you have a successful happy artist, I wonder?
No. You need a cocaine-fueled savage.
Yeah, I think everybody, if you have a perspective that is unlike everybody else, there has to be sort of a dark shard in your head to do it, I think.
You got to be a little crazy.
Look at Robin Williams.
Oh, jeez.
Perfect example.
I've never been a fan of him.
Are you serious?
I know it's heresy. I know it's heresy to say it, but he never made me laugh. Same thing with Bill Hicks.
Well, hey, whoa.
I like Bill Hicks.
Whoa. Bill Hicks is a fucking genius.
No.
Yes.
Bill Hicks never made me fucking laugh.
Bill Hicks never made you laugh.
Never.
Isn't there a conspiracy theory about him being Alex Jones?
If you look at that, they look so much the fuck alike.
They reckon he killed himself.
I wish.
They look so much.
Faked his death and became Alex Jones.
Going back real quick, you know what made me a fan of Robin Williams wasn't his comedy; it was his range. Because if you watch the movie 1 Hour Photo, and you see him as a villain, as a creepy, scary villain, the fact that he could go from being this spastic lunatic on a stage to being one of the creepiest and most effective sort of psychological villains in a movie I'd seen. Just his range. And Jim Carrey tries to do that, or has tried to do that.
I liked Jim Carrey when I was younger. I loved him.
Yeah, and I think he was trying to go that direction with the number 13, but that movie sucked.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
anyway.
Truman was a way better example of that.
Stand Jim Carrey.
Yeah. But anyway, that was just my Robin Williams rant for a second.
Have you watched Jake with Robin Williams?
You mean Jack?
I think I have.
Or Jack, yeah.
Yeah,
that's the first one I ever remember watching when I was a kid. And
that was a weird movie.
No, the emotion that it can pull out of you and at the same time be fucking hilarious, that was actually really awesome. Like, it's a little awkward, but it's awesome.
Ranty Monkey nailed it. Bill Hicks is like Lenny Bruce, 99 bad jokes for one amazing one. And that is absolutely correct.
Well, I will say that he was a better philosopher in his comedy than he was necessarily a comedian. But a couple of his a couple of his bits,
Snuggles.
Yeah, a couple of his bits still just make me laugh my ass off.
His comedy brought me and my husband together, actually.
Oh, really?
Tragedy.
In the 8th grade on the school bus, he was always listening to this damn CD player, and one day I just went up and I took a headphone out of one of his ears and popped it in mine, and it was the dirtiest Robin Williams comedy I'd ever heard.
I thought you were about to say it was the dirtiest headphone you'd ever put in your ear.
No. And it was just the best fucking thing ever. He was looking at me like he didn't know what I was about to do, and I just started laughing, and we were friends ever since.
Yeah,
in college we started dating, and then I was quickly pregnant, and we were married.
How old is Amanda?
I'm 27.
Okay.
Yeah. The comedian that never gets old for me is Carlin. Carlin never.
Oh yeah.
I could
He's
listen.
good. I can't rewatch him all the time. I respect him. But.
Yeah, I mean it's even his old stuff like is still pretty good, and in bits and pieces. But I could just like if I'm really bored one day, I can just find one of his concerts on YouTube and just listen to it and just laugh, and it's still.
It's
good.
amazing how relevant you can find his stuff today still.
Yeah, because we talked about very sort of basic truths, and I also really appreciated his use of language. Amazingly enough,
a bit political too, wasn't he?
He talked about politics a lot in the broad strokes, and he was very anti-government. He was very sort of, I guess, I don't even know what kind of he'd be classified today.
Counterculture.
Yes, always very counterculture. Yeah.
What's hilarious is he was in Thomas the Train. He was the conductor guy.
He was the first conductor. Yeah, I think he was. I think he was the conductor before Ringo.
Oh yeah, it was too.
Because Ringo came after, I think.
He made that show. Is the only reason I liked watching it when I was a kid.
That was so weird to see Carlin doing a kid show. It's sort of like seeing David Lynch's only G-rated movie. Have you ever seen that?
No.
So yeah, David Lynch did a movie called The Straight Story, which is based on a real story about a guy who was like 80 or something, and he couldn't drive because of his eyesight, but he knew that his brother was dying like a state away, and so he got onto his riding mower and drove on his riding mower from one state to the other to go see his brother. And it's an amazing movie, and it's like this David Lynch did this because it's like it makes sense and it's also very heartwarming. It's like it's G-rated. It's amazing. If you can find it, I recommend it. Anyway.
That made me remember something, but I'm drinking, so I forgot again.
Yeah, who's drinking what here?
Drinking does that.
I got my vodka, cherry vodka, and a Dr. Pepper still. I got me another one. Well,
I'm good.
no,
We don't have Dr. Pepper here in Australia. I loved it.
Dr. Pepper's
When
great.
they did have it, but they stopped bringing it here.
I love Australian accents.
Uh-oh. Hey,
Yeah, I'm drinking Jim Beam.
hey, Laura. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
So what's the most boring about the place you live in, being that you're a Geordie?
Most boring.
If you tell me there's nothing boring up there, I'm just going to shoot myself. I was going to say never again. I'm never going to do this again.
Yeah, it is a pretty boring place, to be honest with you. I'd say the people are probably the most boring thing.
How so?
Intellectually, anyway.
Oh, like
antics-wise, yeah, I suppose.
What's the mentality up there then?
It's quite a small town, so yeah. The people are nice and decent and everything like that, but it's quite a small town. I talk to people and you just see their eyes glaze over, and I'm like, yeah, I just walk away.
Not very,
everybody, but like generally, yeah.
So not very extensive thinkers, you think?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I want to go to old-timey English pub.
Old-timey.
No, but like one of those like 700-800-year-old pubs.
We've got them here. Probably not that old.
You don't have 800-year-old pubs in Australia.
No, not 800-year-old, but similar ones.
If there's an 800-year-old pub in Australia, that's
an 800-year-old pub here.
It was taken.
It's true.
If I go out to drink, there has to be karaoke.
Oh God.
Oh, that's so NASCAR of you.
I like NASCAR.
I knew it.
Fucking Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Oh no.
You're totally getting removed mod on my channel. I can't have fucking NASCAR fans in charge of my shit.
Oh come on, there's got to be something silly that you like to do.
Not NASCAR, man.
Okay, well, maybe not NASCAR, like truck pulls or something.
I was a kid.
No.
My family loves that shit.
Yeah. Despite living in the mountains in the country, we're not really rednecky.
Okay.
I mean, we hunt. That's about as.
So your outdoor pool isn't a Chevy truck with the back end filled up with water?
No, I drive a fairly newer, modern German car, and I do, however, have.
You drive a German car? Shocking.
That's not what we do, Scribe. It's a horse trough, and you just fill that up.
No, but I do have a Ford 150, an older one. I got a 10-year-old one.
Yeah.
That I use for pulling shit around. So I guess having a truck living in the mountains, same kind of hickish.
So, Laura, what do you hope to make a career out of YouTube, or is it just sort of a creative outlet for the time being?
Oh, I guess just a creative outlet for the time being. Never really thought about.
Well, that's what I'm here for, to make people think deep. You see, deep thinking. What song do you hate the most? What do you find boring? I really dig deep.
Yeah, you ask the difficult questions.
I do. I really do. I should find something far more hard hitting for the next one of these. And actually, it was kind of interesting. I hadn't planned on it, but I did my first stream after I hit 100 subscribers, and it just happened that I hit 200 just before I did this one. So I guess I'll wait till I hit 300 before I do the third one.
Might as well.
I might as well make it a tradition.
Well, you're up to 233.
Yes, that's the last I checked. I'm at 233. Not that I'm counting or anything.
I don't even look.
I think I'm like 161 last I checked.
Well, yeah, Gutenberg's got like, how many do you have? Like
That's
30,000 or
alright,
something?
I don't know. Can you guys post your
Two videos.
channels in the chat though, so I can check you guys out?
Oh,
I don't do a channel.
I'll
I
put
don't
it
know how
in,
to do that.
I'll put links into the description afterwards.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
all right. I'll just go back and look at it then.
Yeah.
But if any guys want to be proactive, just toss it into the Google Hangout chat.
Oh, well, yes,
There's a
proactive.
Google chat.
Well, yeah, the chat with the stream, you can chat.
Yeah.
with people. I think you can just copy links into there, can't you?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't get in the chat because I'm on my phone.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I'll check it out later. Oh, I'm already subbed to you, Amanda. Is that Amanda?
You are? You're sub to be?
Yeah, I'm subbed to everybody I talk to.
Oh, that's awesome.
I am a sub whore.
I have a real video coming out soon.
Just the phrase "I am a sub whore" means something completely different to me, and I'm sure Bloodwing as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the stream groupie, or I was.
That's true. Yes, we have several stream groupies, and now
Yeah, I'm a stream groupie. I think I'll stick to that.
yeah, you guys have been on streams now though, so now you can't really be stream groupies if you've been on a stream.
Oh well.
And
Yeah.
Amanda's making videos.
Good for you guys.
I guess I count as a content creator now.
Exactly. You made a video, you put it on YouTube. You are a content
You've hit the
creator.
big time now, Amanda.
Yeah, you
I'm a cheap shit dame.
put that on your resume.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever make a video. I don't have the time to do it.
It's hard to find the time. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got, I got a full-time job, and it's just like I come home like, okay, I'm gonna make a video. It's really weird. Like some things I'll be able to cut out in like 3 hours, and it's a 20-minute video, and then some things that are like a 10-minute video will take me 4 or 5 because I keep stumbling over my words trying to read my script off. It's
Jesus, if you know why I'd do that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I know. So
Well, I just knuckled down yesterday. I made Caleb, my husband, take the kids, and I just made me a collab with Direwolf. I just wrote out everything I wanted to say and sent it all to him so that it would be done.
nice.
I didn't want him to think I was hard to work with, so I was like, here, I'm in a rush. Here you go.
Huh.
Well, guys, if you hadn't noticed, things are trying to peter out a little bit, and I actually have someplace I have to be at 5 o'clock, which is why I made it a 2-hour stream. So I'm gonna cut it a little short. Yes, it's Gutenberg. That's it. My sexual orientation is the clock. You got it. But anyway, I would like to thank everybody who came on the stream. I'm going to make sure to
thank you for
get
having me.
everybody's. Oh yeah, thank you for coming on, Lauren. Thank you for coming on, Lotus.
Yeah, and thanks for inviting me.
And Amanda and Gutenberg, even you.
Thanks.
Don't worry about putting my links down there. Don't worry about it. But
Oh, don't worry,
else.
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay, just put everybody else.
Yeah, too many people already subbed to you anyway.
Yeah, don't look at my channel.
Yeah,
It's
don't look at
garbage.
his shit. Yeah, just stay away from it. Well, anyway, I thank everyone for coming out today to chat. And Gab, at some point, I want to have you on a stream because I'd love to talk to you. And otherwise, look out for the next one. If I hit 300 real soon or something, I'll do another one real soon. But otherwise, thank you, everybody, and good night.
Later, losers.
Yeah,
good night.
check out Brother Bear's stream.